by the way, we're going to get onto that. That is an absolute shambles, by the way.
Here he is.
The noises we were getting out of West Ham was, no, not for us. Jose Mourinho, not for us. And I was amazed.
I want to keep my hair.
Welcome to the Dressing Room podcast with me, Joe Cole, Wayne Bridge, and Carlton Cole, who's down the line this week. The big man sunning himself, got out of the country tactically. Where are you, Coley?
It wasn't tactically. Do you know what it was? It was more like
free holiday.
The only time. Yeah, and Afros invited me out here. Masters Legends, you know, the Masters Legends corporation, and they get us out here, and we work with the kids. It's a little bit like Football Escapes with Bobby Zamora.
Yeah.
Aphrodite Hills have got their own camp. They do it all across the world as well. So, they invited me. And I've done it once before, and I thought I'd come back again. And it's the only time I could get a time away with my family, with my son, obviously, Caden, playing and just getting his pro at Middlesbrough. So it's been very difficult to get a holiday with him since he's been going into football full time. This is the only date that I could get off half term with my younger son and Caden, obviously getting end of the season. And so we're just having a good time with my wife as well here, and they're outside sunning, and I'm in here doing the podcast with you lot.
Yeah, mate, grafting, mate. How is it?
Bit of family time, mate. Love
family
it.
Time, lovely. Oh, listen. I've been out and about as well. I've been in Singapore.
Grafting, in ya?
Mate, yeah. I was working for the Premier League, so I was out there. Mate, do you know what, right? 2 or 3 things. First of all, it's a beautiful country, Singapore. I've only been in and out to play, and it's stunningly beautiful. I went to, like on the Sunday, I had a day off, and I walked around the park. Like it's like the Regent's Park of Singapore. And I'm just having a stroll around. It's stunningly beautiful. And then it's like big lizards, like 3-foot lizards, monkeys in the park, because it's on the jungle, isn't it? So, and for 3 days I couldn't quite get my bearings. Like I was walking around, and we worked hard. We did a lot, met the fans. It was great, but I wasn't quite. I thought something's not right here. I'm walking around, and I don't know why, but I don't feel right. And I'm walking around, and it weren't until Sunday I was walking around the shopping centre, and I realised, do you know what it is? I'm the big guy in Singapore. No, but I'm seeing the tops of people's heads for the first time. I'm serious, right? So I'm walking, and that's what it was. It's the average height. It's like 5'7" in Singapore. I'm 5'9.5". Yeah. So if I walk into a room, usually I'm like, but I'm walking around. But it was putting me off. I didn't know what was going on.
They're football mad out there as well.
Welcome to my world.
I know, mate, but it's good, Coley. You can see everything coming.
Exactly.
Yeah. I was like, I couldn't get lost. I
couldn't get lost.
I felt free. So that was that. That was good. And then, do you know what done me, right? So the last day we did a watch-along party, and they hired out the company that worked with the Premier League out there. Beautiful people. They looked after us. They hired out this. It was a fan event, and there was like a whole strip. You know, like you get a strip in Magaloo for Ayia Napa. Right? But imagine a sensible version of that. But everyone was drinking, having a good time, but everyone's very, very well behaved there, right? So they had all big screens up, and me and the Manjovic, great guy, by the way, were sort of, meeting the fans, and they just love football, mate. It's like, it does make you proud and blow your mind when you're out there and you see how much they love you. So we're watching all the games. There's fans from every club, mainly Arsenal, to be fair, because obviously they're there to watch their team lift the thing. But you know what done me as well, right? Obviously I was introduced to the stage. Joe, what game are you interested in? Well, West Ham and Tottenham, talking about the different connotations. And then the crowds, like, Tottenham were getting booed in Singapore. Like, I've never seen anything like it. I swear to God. And I'm like, what is it with this club, right? Like, there's no... And there was the whole of the Man U fans, the Liverpool fans, all the other Newcastle fans, all wanting West Ham to win. Obviously didn't happen. And maybe it was because I was there and they knew that I wanted it, because they're polite people. But I had the whole street back in West Ham, but it wasn't meant to be.
It wasn't meant to be, was it?
But it was a really good trip. And if anyone's out there and listening to this and they're thinking about going somewhere different, it is such a beautiful city. So get yourself down there. And that was my week. What about you?
Mate.
He's been at it again.
Couldn't wait, could he?
No. Can I story before he jumps in, right? I'm flying back from a 13-hour flight, Coley, yeah? The phone's, he's like, you coming? Coming where? I've been away for 6 days with the family. Reggae, Afro beats.
Is it City Splash? Is it City Splash? Yeah.
City Splash.
He could have come, couldn't he? It was good vibes. It was reggae. But do you know what? You mate, Carlton's cousin comes,
yeah.
You, to be fair, you made a good decision, mate.
Yeah.
Absolute mayhem, mate. So
Really?
hot. Anyone who's going to go City Splash, unless they change the way they run it, don't bother going.
Really?
It was mayhem trying to get in. I don't know what was going on, but like the VIP people were queuing for like 2 hours.
Yeah.
Like it was mayhem. Like there was people like fainting and stuff because of the heat. Like there was one girl we had to look after, and then we had to get a cold towel on her. We're fanning her down. Heat exhaustion, like just gone. She came back to, well, she wasn't dead, came back to life, got a bit of life in her. But it was what people were going through to get in, like standing in that heat to get in was mad. But once you got in there, it took a while to get in. Once you got in, it was good vibes, but it's too hot, mate.
Really hot, wasn't it, mate?
It's too hot. It was way
You're
too
being
hot.
quite modest there, Coley. I spoke to Sar this morning. He's like the SAS man of going out raving. He's got like a medical supplies with him.
No, but like salts. I have a little bag,
out,
right? I've got like
and vitamins.
salt, I've got like
girls.
drinking salts, a few sweets. Someone needs a bit of sugar. But Sar's laughing at me like, "What are you doing?" I went, you'll thank me later, mate. 2 hours in, Sar's like, when we're out with this girl out, Sar's thinking to himself, "Oh, just get up, love, will you? Get on with it, mate." 2 hours later, he's in exactly the same spot, mate. World of bother. He's having to lay down, heat exhaustion. He's having Madeira lights. He's having the sweets. Mate, I saved him. I brought him back to life.
The medical soldier.
Always go prepared.
Always go prepared. That's Bridgey's motto.
But it was good. Love a bit of reggae, don't we?
We do love reggae. We do love reggae. The people's music. Right, we have to talk about it. It was salvation for Spurs, but West Ham, I think we've got to go to you, Carlton, being the club ambassador and everything. What's your thoughts? What do you think before we even start talking about next year?
Coley, we've been here before. It's been... Look, I was out here watching the game, and I wish I could be there in spirit. Well, I was there in spirit, but I wish I was there physically, sorry. And it was just a bit, I don't know, I was angry. Having to depend on Everton to try and help us get through. And then when I see Spurs score their goal and the Spurs 1-0 up and Everton trailing the game, I just knew, even though that we do well and win the game eventually, I just felt it was just written in the stars that we had to go down, because I just knew Spurs were going to get away with it, and it was just sod's law. And that's what happened. And I was just angry at that. I wasn't really... Although, yes, I'm angry at the season and frustrated about the season, it was just that one game, and I said it would go down to the last game, and it did, and it didn't go in our favour. And I just thought, would we be depending on Everton? And obviously our producer, Sharky, he puts in the group beforehand, Everton had a really poor away record recently against Spurs. And so that did shake me up a little bit. And I thought, the gods are working against us.
Oh, they've been shocking, weren't they?
And they were shocking. I was like, oh, gosh. And they just Spurs defended. And who's getting on my nerves as well? That Paulinho. He's just a thorn in my side at the moment. And there's something about that guy. I don't like him. Sorry, Paulinho. Like, you're probably a nice fella, yeah? But I don't like your character on the field. Like, I just think you're something else, mate. I think you're something else. You're getting in the way. But because if it wasn't for him, I don't think Spurs would have done it. And then we look back at the game, Aston Villa.
I think the Villa game killed it, didn't it?
No, what killed it was the Arsenal game. It was the Arsenal game. The Arsenal game killed it for us.
Oh, yeah.
That decision. That decision won Arsenal the league and relegated us.
Yeah.
It was a defining moment of the season. And that's why I was really disappointed. But there was some save. We could save it, but it was just not going to happen. I just knew from there, that's when the pendulum turned, into their favour.
Bridgey, you think it was the Villa game, the Spurs Villa game?
I think a lot of West Ham fans I know, their heads just went after that.
Yeah.
That's I got the feeling from the fans I know. They were just like, we're done here.
Yeah.
And fuming, obviously, with the way Villa played, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because when you look at the way Tottenham are playing, you wouldn't think they'd get something for Villa. But Villa they were a bit up and down for a bit, weren't they? But you still wouldn't expect them to lose to Spurs.
No, absolutely, mate. And I'm just going to throw it back even further, Coley, to some conversation we had, because we've already started the debrief of the season, right? So you think the VAR decision against Arsenal, I think you're right, is going to be the one, because it was such a big explosive decision. The Villa performance against Spurs was such out of character, because I watched them 4 days after in the semi-final against Nottingham Forest, and they was absolutely brilliant. So that moment, but I'm going to take you back to West Ham Chelsea. West Ham are 2-0 up at half-time at Stamford Bridge. Chelsea are on their knees. Now, Nuno's still got in the job as we speak, but you messaged me, Colin, the next day we had a conversation in the car. Do you remember it? About, when he brought another centre-half on at half-time, didn't he?
Yeah. I just thought it was very negative.
Yeah, I think you were spot on when you said that at the time, because we're football people, and we've all been in dressing rooms where we're winning game, we away from home, we feel great, momentum, and the managers, you should never change it when the momentum's there. Even if you go, Chelsea are going to come out at second half, don't change anything. Do you know what I mean? And give them, and it just sets the tone, Coley. What do you think?
No, listen. I think Nuno is a great manager in the right circumstances. This was a hard battle for him. This whole scenario coming into West Ham, not having his backroom staff with him at the start, and then having to judge it with new people, new players, new backroom staff. It was a mammoth task for him to try and get it right and try and get things done in his shape, the way he wanted it. Now, we all knew that Nuno is a defensive coach. He's more defensive than attacking. And once he does steady the ship, then it could go the right way quite quickly, because as we see with Arsenal, defence wins leagues now. Keep the ball out the net, wins leagues. But in our scenario, we had to score and shore up our defence a little bit more. It did happen. Mavropanos came to the fold. He stood up. A few other players came to the fold. We got Diassian. He came in and done really well as well. And defensively, we looked a little bit better. But then going forward, it took a little bit of us going forward out of us. So until we got to the January window, we brought in Tati and we brought in Pablo that could run about a bit. Tati only really started to come into his own the last 2-3 games of the season, where he's still trying to find his feet. He's come in, he's running around, but it just wasn't coming off. It was there, but not quite there. It was only till the last couple of games he started to come into his own. I really felt that, for me, when I see certain things, so that Chelsea game you're particularly talking about, Coley, in particular, was a game where I felt when we were 2-0 up, we needed to go forward. We need to just apply pressure, not count our lucky stars and say, oh yeah, we're here and let's try and protect the lead. Go and get some more goals. Go on as you was doing before, not try and consolidate, because that's the difference between a manager that likes to take risks and a manager that likes to consolidate. Yeah. And I think that is where the pendulum spun. And that's what I was saying to you earlier. there's moments in football where you get decisions and you go with the nature of who you are.
Yeah.
And I felt right there and then, I felt that's where it worked against us, that Nuno is the man who he is. He is a defensive line, and it's nothing to do with him or his character. It's just it's who he is. And it kind of, we needed to go out and go and get more goals instead of consolidating and trying to say, this is enough for us, we're happy with this. And that's and these little parts, and then playing certain players at certain times. I can pick holes at a manager, but at the same time, I look at him and I think that is what we brought in, and we needed that at the time, but we needed someone else to try and convince him to say, no, we need to attack more. We need to attack more. And it was a hard call. It's a hard call. I don't know what it takes to be a manager. I would like to manage one day, but not right now because I'm still learning and I want to get there. But when I look at what he's done a good job. He's done all right, but it's not enough. And I think it's that little part of what I was saying where winners are made. When you got that special person that can smell it, when I'm talking about the guys that win championships, they can smell it. Even Arteta changed his position on attacking and defensive.
Yeah, can I just jump in there? Because you said special, right? I remember a conversation we had, and like when Mourinho was available, right, Coley, and you know, we're all in football. We speak to people we know can speak to people at West Ham and get a feel for whether they would want it, right? So I know Jose at the time, right, who's just gone to Real Madrid, was available. He loves London.
He wanted the job, didn't he?
I know. I got the feeling.
Well, he actually wanted it.
Well, listen, I think at the time where his career was trajectory was, I can't say he wanted the job, but if it was put in front of him with a right project, Jose loves London. And you know, but the noises we were getting out of West Ham was, no, not for us. Jose Mourinho, not for us. And I was amazed. My head was like, Jose Mourinho's like not enough for West Ham.
Yeah.
So I was thinking, for me, sometimes I think you have to. It's all about timing in football. He's now at Real Madrid, coaching the biggest club in the world. He could have been a West Ham manager, I think. If you had someone within the club with a little bit of foresight, a little bit of nous, and a bit of bravery to go, let's get this geezer in because he could turn the whole ship round. And I look back and think the noises I got back at the club from the people in charge were it wasn't for them, and they wasn't even going to entertain it.
But why? You don't know why.
I don't know. Listen, I'm not Jose's agent. I'm not working for West Ham. I just thought, let me see if I can put a few things. You know what I mean? I think this works for everybody.
I think it'd be too much to handle for them to handle him.
Well,
he'd want too much. I don't know.
But that's so weak-minded, right?
That is.
You know, it's like Bridgey, right? If we work together, right, in a football club, I want people around me, even if they're difficult, but they're going to improve us. They're going to help us. They're going to push me. They're going to push you. You understand that, right?
Yeah.
So would you like? I think they missed the trick there, and I want to throw that forward now. Where would you go if you're West Ham now in this situation? Because just before have a think about it, because before you answer, they're going to be under financial pressure to sell as they're losing money, and we need to comply with the EFL spending rules, the finer details to be sorted out. So we know they'll be like, they're not going to be able to go and spend. And there are financial concerns. West Ham recorded a loss of 104 million in the latest accounts on the 31st of May and heading for another hefty loss. So is there anyone, having said that you could think of, Bridgey?
Only because someone told me earlier, rumour is it Scott Parker.
Yeah.
Rumour has it, yeah.
You played with Scott Parker at West Ham.
Him, yeah. So he's had some all right spells of clubs. He's got them up to the Premier League.
Yeah. Nothing's
always been clean sailing. Where was he abroad? He went somewhere abroad. It didn't go
Club
too
Rouge.
well.
Yeah.
But he's always got teams up.
I
just think the point of the manager's so hard.
Yeah.
Like, like when you say they said he's not for us.
Why?
It's like, it's why. So we don't actually know why. Like, does he want too much? Does he want a certain amount of money? Does he want this? You know, is he going to be in full control? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. We don't know. Do you know what I mean? And
the way football is at the moment, it always seems to be higher above in some clubs.
Yeah.
But if you look at West Ham, like how big they are as a club.
Yeah.
Right, but then you've got the likes of Bournemouth, where you say they're as big as West Ham. You wouldn't say they're as big as club as them, would you? But look at the way they're run.
Yeah. Brighton.
Another
Brentford,
one.
No way.
Brentford.
Like, it's, yeah, I agree. But so you said Scotty Parker. Is there anyone else you think of who springs to mind?
No, you chucked obviously Stevie G. Robbie Keane, another one.
Robbie Keane, Stevie G.
Yeah.
Was the ones that I was thinking off the top of my head. Coley, what?
Listen, to speculate when the manager's still at the helm, he might want it. He might still want it. He might want to say, do you know what? This is a good challenge for me to come back up on. First time of asking. Yeah, we can go with the speculation that he is going to leave. But I wouldn't want to start talking about that just yet. He is still my boss.
Yeah. Smart, Coley.
You know what I mean? So we've got to kind of like tread carefully here.
Yeah.
And look, at the same time, I don't know what's going on because I'm over here in
you don't even know if they're going to be able to keep hold of players, do you? You don't know what players are going to keep hold of.
We don't know. There's a lot of moving chairs and moving particles that has to happen from now. And I know it has to be done, and we need clarity on what's going to happen. And I think this week provide that. So we might have to hold fire on our speculations because we don't know exactly what the board want. And also, look, we know a lot of people in the game, you know, that would look at and think, do you know what, he can do it. But it's never the obvious candidate. Like sometimes it doesn't need to be the obvious candidate. It might be an outsider. And I really think there might be something brewing where people might be surprised.
Carlton Cole?
No. I want a peaceful life. I want to keep my hair.
Listen, you're right. Listen, no, let's say like we can't speculate. Listen, the whole world's speculating. Do you know what I mean? Like,
no, I didn't say we can't. I didn't say we can't speculate. I just said it would be wrong for me to speculate. Me being, yeah,
absolutely correct. But having said that, I think we all agree on, it needs to be done within the next few days because there's so much that needs to be done in a World Cup year. Players come-ins, players go-ins, reshuffling.
For me, Coley, obviously I do the loans with Kev King. And for me, it messes me up too that we're in the Championship because before I could probably get a higher calibre of team for some of the loanees that go out. Now, we might need those boys that I would have put out on loan. So it affects my role. And I've got to look at it and say, do you know what? What's next? Who does the manager want around the team?
Yeah.
There's got to be a quota of about 8 homegrown players in the squad.
Right.
I think 7 have to be involved around it. So it shows you how much the knock-on effect is at the club. I remember when we got relegated, we had a few good homegrown players in our squad. Most of us were homegrown anyway.
Yeah.
And that's what you want. If you're going to go down, you want someone that understands the leagues down there. You need players from the youth that come up to try and get you up at first time of asking, because that is what the message is across the whole of West Ham, is we are going to try and get on the first time of asking like we did before. But it's no easy feat. You know, I know, it could go wonky at any stage. I remember when we was down there and we was fighting to get automatic promotion, there was just one team, Reading, that just kept on winning games.
Yeah.
Couldn't shake them off.
Yeah.
So there's always a team that you least expect to get to the dizzy heights, and then they out trump you. So we had to go through the playoffs. We had to go through the back door. So sometimes it's not that easy to predict that we're going to go straight up. With the first time of asking.
Tottenham Hotspur, Bridgey.
Yeah.
De Zerbi, he got him over the line. What do they do now? And where do they go as a club? They obviously, they can't, listen, this is a stat I heard. They finished 17th and 17th 2 years in a row. The only other team in history that have finished that low was Luton Town back in the late 80s or early 90s. And then they got relegated in the third season. What do you expect from Spurs? Do you think I
think they turn it around.
Yeah?
I think they turn it around.
Because?
Few signings and they got some quality players.
Yeah.
Who have just underperformed, inconsistency. Whether this manager stays around and gets some getting the results. He's good, isn't he? So I just think they could turn it around. Yeah.
Did you hear?
I don't think they're going to have another poor season like this one. I think they turn it around. I think they could be in the top half.
They've had the close shot. I don't think they've been in the top half, but
I reckon they could be.
You reckon?
You heard it here first, mate.
Really?
Yeah.
Bridge, you think Spurs will finish in the top half? That's incredible.
I think they're going to turn it around.
Really? Well, Spurs, I don't even want to talk about them. They're still here. They're still around.
But you'll be up there next year, Spurs.
Yeah.
The Wayne Bridge love.
Yeah.
Still vibing off the reggae last night.
You're too relaxed this morning. Right, okay.
Mate, what do you mean? Are you? No, come on, Bridgey.
Yeah.
You're better than that. You're better than that.
Yeah.
Do you know what? Do you know what? Actually, do you know what? If you would have loved them, Bridgey, they'd have probably gone down.
Yeah.
I just think they're going to turn it around a bit.
No, because your hate for Arsenal, your hate for Arsenal made them win the league.
My hate, don't you act like it's a real big hate.
If you'd have loved Spurs, they'd have gone down. It's your fault. I'm blaming you.
Yeah, and Southampton as well.
What are you on about? By the way, are we going to get onto that? That is an absolute shambles, by the way.
Here he is.
How have Middlesbrough been knocked out and back in?
Yeah, I know.
It's a joke.
Yeah, it's a shambles.
It's ridiculous.
I don't think it is. It makes sense.
No, listen, he's back,
mate. Do you know what we've been ruined with this? Is you've hit the wrong people. The fans, and I don't give a care what you say, right? The fans are the most important thing in football. You've got people that pay week in, week out, right? So if you're going to punish them fans, you can't just let Middlesbrough back in, mate. You got to go start them playoffs again if Southampton are getting kicked out of it, and you put the other team in.
Yeah.
But the punishment's too much, mate. Middlesbrough shouldn't have been playing that game. Hull should have just got promoted then, but the punishment's too much.
No.
You're taking it away from the fans. You're just going to disagree with me, aren't you?
No,
all right, you can agree with me.
I agree with you.
The fans are the most important thing, and those are the ones that have been hurt the most.
Yeah.
Do you know what? Sack the manager. Just the manager's got to go. Whoever's got to go is involved's got to go.
Yeah.
And let the club carry on. And it's too much.
No. I make you right, Bridgey, but I just think it could have been handled better, Coley.
Yeah, they haven't handled it well. Like any governing body, they're all useless.
Yeah. Yes. I love it. Come on.
If I was the top dog at the EFL, this is what would have gone down. Yeah?
Go on.
I'd have sat back. Yeah, I'd have told them. I said, listen, I'm gonna do a thorough investigation here. Yeah, a thorough investigation. The game's not going on. Middlesbrough, Southampton. The game's not going on until we get this sorted. Yeah, that's what should have happened. So it would have been delayed until the investigations had taken place, right? Yeah. Now, once the investigation shows Southampton are banged to rights, right? Then you either bring the next team up to play. So I think it might have been, was it Wrexham?
Wrexham.
And they come and play Middlesbrough, and sack off Southampton because that's the gaffer's sorted that out. Yeah, that's nonsense what he done. Didn't need to do it. And he's got previous as well. He's got previous.
Has he?
He's got previous. Yeah, too.
It's so like you watch him play every week. You see him take corners every week.
Yeah,
you ain't getting nothing off an iPhone. The geezer behind the tree.
Yeah, creepy.
What did you do? It's
double creepy.
It's stupid.
Imagine,
just
listen, spare a thought for the geezer, right? Imagine this fella, an analyst, right? He's gone to university for 4 years, studied. He's thinking, right, I'm working for Southampton Football Club. I've got a chance of going for the Premier League. The gaffer knocks on his door. Mate, listen, what I want you to do, see that tree? I want you to slip behind the tree And like, you're thinking, what have I gone to school for? He's asking me to creep around the tree.
They're the laughing stock though, aren't they now? Sometimes they're going to get abused all the time.
Let me tell you what actually happened, because obviously I'm connected to Middlesbrough. They've booked this boy in the hotel.
No way.
You know the hotel. The hotel's on the training ground. So
I know where the hotel is. Yeah.
He's gone and done that. He's been caught. He's been caught. Yeah. He's ran back to the hotel. Got changed into a new outfit, a new outfit, and came out the hotel, and then he got bagged. And then they caught him, got his phone off of him, right, and said, delete what you got, delete.
Hold on, did they apprehend him?
It's like that meme when the guy was fixing his car, and the boy come around the corner and hit the boy, hit the man fixing the car, and he goes, don't go nowhere. Don't go nowhere. That's what it was like. Because he was trying to get away. He says, no, you're not going nowhere. No, you're not going nowhere. Oh, my God. It was hilarious. And you know what, though? After all of that, so let me finish off what I'd have done. So it's either been Wrexham, or what you do, you tell Middlesbrough, they get fast-forwarded to the final automatically. And then they just play whoever won out of Millwall and Hull City. That's what should have happened.
Why did Middlesbrough get fast-forwarded? Because
they got cheated. They were cheated on.
Yeah, that's what
mate, come on, it's a nothing thing. I know it's cheating, but I'm like, you're punishing the wrong people.
Yeah, I know what you're saying.
Done it. But they done it. They done it. True. You can't let that go.
Look what happened to Leeds when they done it. They got a little fine, but I'm like, it's not that bad. Look, he is stupid. The manager is stupid. The player celebrating doing that with the old goggles is stupid. The fans dressing up in a bush with goggles is stupid. Yeah. It's all stupid. But you've punished the wrong people.
I know.
Like kids that have go week in, week out and paid to go. It's the cheating. Do you know what? If you're going to punish cheating because you're saying it's cheating, we'd do it to someone who dives then.
Yeah.
If cheating's cheating, if you want to turn around and go cheating's cheating, well, you diving and making a meal of it's cheating, get off the pitch, got a 10-game ban.
Or Man City spending all that money that they don't have.
It's cheating. If people want to come back and comment and go, but it's cheating, you ain't getting nothing out of an iPhone. And this is what they do. You get more watching them week in, week out. It's just stupid.
Yeah, that's a fair point.
And it's the fans that get affected the most.
City.
Most fans are being embarrassed now. They're all being embarrassed.
Get on this though, Bridgey. Get on this. So they've recorded a training session. So the training session goes forward, right? This guy's recorded it. What happens? I don't know what was recorded on that phone. It might have been a set piece, right? Southampton scored from a set piece.
Yeah, but by the way, mate, they got battered all game.
Southampton scored from the set piece. So that could have been on the phone that was sent.
No chance, mate.
What do you mean? You don't know.
We're going to have to move on.
They've had enough of you.
Right, listen. Arsenal Football Club. Bridgey.
A round of applause.
Yeah, listen, we're man enough here to say...
Deserved winners at the end of the day.
Deserved winners.
Defensively the best team, 100%.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I will probably say they're probably the only team that will get a result against PSG.
I agree with you.
They're the only one who's playing them, though.
Yeah.
But, do you know what I mean? They could make it ugly.
Yeah.
They defend well, so it could be different. It could be different to all the other the way PSG have played. Do you know what I mean? I don't know if Arsenal will sit back, make it a bit difficult for them. I don't know. Because when you see PSG play with so much energy, I don't know if Arsenal can take the sting out of that.
That's the game in itself.
Them just taking the sting out of it. If any team can this season, it's them. They've been the best defensively.
Carl, what do you think about?
It's defence v attack. This is defence v attack, and I hope attack wins because I want to see more goals. I just don't want to see 1-0ers all my life. No one cares about that. All my life. Shameless plug.
So you want PSG to win?
No, I want to see attacking football win. That's what I want.
Yeah.
And if it's Arsenal, change your style. Because I want to see attacking football. And I know you fans want to see attacking football. I know you.
I don't think they're going to change it for this game, though.
Listen, Arsenal are not going to be happy with... and I know some Arsenal fans, they've won the league in this way, but they're going to want to see some flair soon, man. Come on. It's Arsenal. It's the heritage.
I think you just got to win to win. Like we always say this, some teams that you've got to learn to win ugly, ain't you? if you're going to win the league. It'd be great to just play flary for win all the time, but you do have to grind out results. And I think you take your hat off to them, what they've done, what they've done. And everyone talks about the corners. Corners is part of the game, innit?
Well,
it's. I know it's. It might have all changed if VAR wasn't in. You don't know, but you got to take your credit off to them. They have been the best team. They've been the most consistent team.
VAR have either got to be parked up. Right?
But VAR's got to go. If it's still here next year, I think you're going to lose loads of fans.
It's got to do its job properly.
You're losing fans the more it's in. I think you're losing
Arsenal.
it.
Arsenal won the league.
No, they've done well. Do you know what? I was actually quite. I wasn't. I don't know if happy is the right word, but it was good to see. Like, I'd love seeing Saka win it. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
He seems like a great kid. He's been there a while. Like, but you know what? It's done now, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's finished now. It don't matter. It's over. They've got their Premier League. They've had their celebration.
They got
and then they got to move on and go and do it again, didn't they?
Have they had the parade yet? Have they done the parade yet?
Parade is due the day after the Champions League final, but I don't.
Yeah, it could be a big parade, couldn't it?
Yeah, it could be.
I'm going. I'm definitely going.
Oh, yeah?
Why?
He'll go to any party. He will. He's been on the family holiday, mate. He needs a night out.
I'll tell you why. Not only that. Do you know how much jerk chicken's going to be available, bruv, over there?
It's
going to be like carnival. It's going to be brilliant. The jerk chicken's going to be, everything's going to be, it's going to be buzzing over there. You've got to go.
Listen,
nice. Mate, if it's this sort, you don't want to be going. It's roasting over here.
Can I just say one thing? What we like, the Arsenal fans have celebrated it properly. They was all.
They've been celebrating a while. They've done it right.
So you have to give them their props there. They've looked like they've had a good time.
Yeah. I'm going to be going to celebrate that too, man. Why not?
I don't reckon they want you there.
You're West Ham and Chelsea.
Yeah, you've been slating them all week. I think it's dangerous for you to go there, to be honest, mate. The only good thing about Arsenal winning it this year is we can forget about it because the World Cup's about to start. So hopefully we forget about it a bit quicker.
Which is why you are professional, because we are moving straight on to England now.
Oh, good.
This guy is on fire. Send him to the reggae shows again. It's seamless. Let's have a look at the World Cup.
What are you saying, Carlton? Who do you think is a surprise in there?
Do you know what? I wanted John Stones in there. But I was actually surprised that he got in there.
Yeah.
What about Spence?
Spence he's when you're playing against like these type of teams with speed on the wings, you need someone that could keep up with them. And I think that's why he's gone for Spence. But yeah, that's surprising that he's been battling relegation all season and he's gone. And then you look at Jared Bowen, that's battling the relegation all season, gone. So I think it's a little bit unfair. And I heard Tuchel saying, well, the position that Jared's in, he actually alluded and pointed to the fact that he's been battling relegation.
Yeah.
But then that didn't make sense. Yeah, he did. He pointed at that. And then I look at him talking about Jed Spence. Jed Spence has been battling relegation too. So what is it? Like, what is it? You know what I mean? You can't just make excuses up. You just don't fancy Jared. That's all it was for me. And then you take Jed Spence. You fancy Jed Spence because of his speed. Just say that. It doesn't make, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's not like we're taking Jed Spence because of his defensive capabilities. It's not. It's not. So that was quite interesting.
Yeah.
That was a quite interesting one.
Bridgey, looking at that list, what jumps out at you before we start talking about the absentees? Anyone in there that you're surprised or happy to see?
It's so hard to pick the England squad. I was surprised Maguire wasn't in.
Yeah?
Yeah, I was surprised he wasn't in. But I think when I look at that now, do you know like Jordan Henderson, right? Because you've read or heard so many times about people saying because he's going because of like
leadership.
The leadership thing, right? So what is he would not play that much?
Well,
do you know what I mean? And like, well, why don't you just take him as a coaching staff then? Or like, you're taking someone as just leadership. I don't.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Do you get what I mean?
Well, let's explain that to the people there because you could take him as a coach, but the coaches are always separated. If Thomas Tuchel's got a great relationship with Jordan, He respects him. He's probably not going to start. He might come on to see some games out in difficult times.
You reckon that's why he's there? Because he's got that experience that he can help him see that game out.
To explain to people, I think if you go away for a tournament for 5 weeks and there's players, there'll be 5 or 6 or 7 players who won't be playing in the games. There'll be these big England games on the night, and then you've got to train the next day. And I think he's relying on Jordan to set the tone in training to make sure that they're on it. Do you know, get round them.
Surely there's got to be other players in that squad that can do that.
You would think that, right? And also he's got massive experience, you know. And also we're just assuming he's not thinking about starting him. He might want to start him in midfield. You don't know.
Do you know what? It's a hard job being English, mate.
Yeah,
it's a hard job, but you're never going to please everyone either. It's hard, but like, you know, it's like we were saying earlier. The way everyone's been talking about it, I could just see us end up going to win it. Just because everyone seems a bit more negative this year. Everyone seems a bit more negative about the squad this year, don't they? And everyone's a bit like that. And I went, we're going to end up winning it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'll be brilliant. See, like when you're talking about the training, Coley, about so I get that, but you can still do that as coaching staff.
Yeah.
You can train, you know? So you did, that's one. So he obviously wants to use them at some point, maybe in the latter stages.
Yeah.
When you want to try and shore up a game, get some experience in there. Or one of the other lads are not having a good time, so you got to go for a tried and tested. I'm not sure. I'd love to hear what has Tuchel come out and actually explained the Jordan Henderson thing. I'm not sure.
I don't think it's going back to your point about Thomas Tuchel. Right? Imagine you pick this squad. You going out in front of the media, and I think when I go into management, right, I'm gonna try and be as honest up front. So you don't end up, like you said, saying, well, Jared's been in a relegation battle, but then you go, well, so has Jed Spence. So I think Thomas could have been even more honest, and like you said, come out and go, right, because I think he's picked the team that is in his image, like, and by that I mean, like, I said it on air about 3 weeks ago. I think we was like, is he going to take Foden or Palmer? I said, I think they could both not go. Because I think Thomas Tuchel doesn't play with 10s, right? I think if Palmer and Foden would have gone and been playing on their top form, he would have taken them, but it would have been as an impact players. I don't think they'd have started the big game. Maybe they'd have played some of the early stages of games when we had lots of possession. So what Thomas Tuchel, I think he's picked the team, and I think Gareth's weakness was, I think Gareth had an element of consideration for the media when picking squads. Now I can't prove that, but I think he did. You know, in terms of, you know, who he would have, who he wouldn't have, right? And so I think Thomas Tuchel, that's a proper Thomas Tuchel side, because it's physicality. Look at the size of the team: Byrne, Gurhey, Reece James, Konsa, Livramento, O'Reilly, Quansah, Jed Spence, John Stones,
6-footers,
Elliot Anderson, Jude Bellingham, Eze, Henderson, Mainu, Declan Rice. They're all huge. The forwards, pace, Gordon, obviously Harry Kane, Madueke, pace, Rashford, pace, Saka, pace, Watkins, pace. So, you know, Ivan Toney's coming from the cold. That's an option. I think he's picked. I think he could have come out and just been.
It is a big team, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a physically.
Yeah.
Remember I said about this team's built around Harry Kane because he's our best player, right? Remember I said that.
Yeah.
And we watched Harry Kane for Vince Kompany's in the semis.
Yeah.
Where was Harry Kane sometimes? Harry Kane I saw him on the edge of his own box, right? And spraying passes. And then that's why I said, because Harry Kane, there's only one Harry Kane. Sometimes he comes deep. And you need runners to go the other way. And you need speed.
Yeah.
Cole Palmer doesn't do that. Foden don't do that. You got speed on either wing. So you got Anthony Gordon left. You got speed going on the other side. You got loads of it. Rashford is going. Who else? Oh, remember when I said Noni Madueke? Everyone was laughing at me saying, "Oh, I told you, he goes the other way."
Yeah.
Because he fills the void that Harry Kane does when he comes to feet. He comes to feet. You need runners going in behind, and that's what Saka does. That's what Noni does. So that's what I'm saying. These guys go into this team. They go into this tournament. They've got a system, and this is the system Tuchel's going to employ.
A few players missed out, by the way, as well, isn't there?
Yeah. But I think we're all in agreement that he's picked a team, which we've got to give him his props for. He's picked a team for him. Yeah. We know as how we're going to play going into the tournament, you know, and he's stood on his hill, Thomas Tuchel. He's going to live or die on it, and we all hope he wins the World Cup. But we know how we're going to play. We need Harry Kane to be fit for every game. We all can agree on that, right? That's England boxed off. I wanted to another big story coming out of the Premier League. This guy, I think, has changed football. He's probably the most influential person in football in the last 30 years, and I'm including Messi and Ronaldo in that, in terms of coach and manager and changing the game. Pep Guardiola waved goodbye to the Premier League. What's his legacy? What's he done to the country? Is he better than Fergie and Wenger? Or has he been overhyped with loads of money? This is the notes I'm reading. But rest for Bridgey, as an ex-Manchester City player, what do you think of his influence on
I
English
think you
football?
can see the impact he had, not only on English football, at Man City. You look at the goodbyes he's done with all the staff and everything. Look at the relationship he's had. All the City fans that I know, do you know what I mean? I reckon they were watching, you know, the clip of him leaving with a tear in their eye, mate. It's a massive image. You know, he had the stand named after him. But you could probably complain about the style of football a little bit. People do. Reckon, you know, turned it into a passing game and slowed it down a bit too much. But as a coach and what he seems to have done with players and the way he's got them playing, you know, look at Stones' way. He's just right. He's been unbelievable, really. Look what he was doing for City. Centre back, stepping into midfield. Just it looks like he had people believing in themselves. I really liked something he said the other week, which is about Joe Hart. He said it was the only mistake he made was basically not giving him a chance.
Really?
Yeah. And I thought, really nice thing to say, do you know what I mean? Because obviously for Joe, it was probably a bit tough for him to leave. For someone like that to come out and say that. Yeah. Like,
that's a fair point.
Yeah.
That's a fair point.
He's going to be missed, mate. He's going to be missed a lot.
You know, with Pep, he's a details man, isn't he? He's a detail. Everything's in the details with him. And he'll look back on his career with Man City and the things that he missed, and he's a perfectionist. So he'll look at it and think, so when he done that with Joe Hart, I said, this guy's unbelievable. He actually thinks about everything that's happened and he doesn't forget as well. And I had to take my hat off to him to say, because someone like Joe Hart, he's a lovely guy, isn't he? Yeah. We all know him.
Joe would love to have heard that as well.
Yeah. And how many managers out there that's done you dirty and they're not man enough to admit that they done you dirty? And I just feel that's just class from Pep. Like, and he can now take, like, Pep, that was probably in Pep's heart. Like, he's thinking, do you know what? That's the one thing that I really, really wish I'd done better. And the way I treated him wasn't good enough. And him being who he is, I've just got to take my hat off to him because he didn't have to do that. Yeah. He didn't have to do that at all.
Next England manager.
Pep Guardiola.
Yeah. It'd be all right, wouldn't it?
I love it.
Wouldn't it? If he could.
Well, Thomas wins the World Cup.
If he wins it, he can stay.
But
well, Pep, what is next for Pep? Let's talk about that. What is next for him?
What's next for Pep?
Mad that he's gone.
Yeah. I just think he needs a bit of sun, man. 10 years in Manchester. Do you know what I mean? You got all that money. Go and put your feet up in the south of France or something, or go, and just enjoy yourself.
Yeah, he said vitamin D, didn't he? He sacrificed the vitamin D.
He sacrificed the vitamin D for trophies. Yeah.
Just get him as England manager if it don't go well for Tuchel, I think.
Yeah. I honestly think he could take a job like, Spain or England or something in a few years' time when he wants to get back into it. West Ham.
How crazy is it, right? That he can't take the Barcelona job. I mean, not the Real Madrid job. Sorry,
he can't, mate. He can't. But you understand that. It's like Alex Ferguson taking the Liverpool job. Yeah,
I know, it's crazy though. It's like that's the next job. That's like the next biggest job, and you can't even see Pep in them colours. It's crazy.
Do you know what? Right, I've had a couple of dealings with him interviewing Pep on the sidelines. Like when you get close to someone like, and you feel their energy. And look at him like, you're like a mad scientist. Like, you know, like, I'm like, he's his head's on a swivel. He's manic. He's talking like that. And I'm like, I like to like a little head back and forth. You know, like we get near like a wild animal. I'm like, whoa. Do you know what I mean? You know when someone goes, someone's got a dog, right? Someone's got a dog. Now, please, this is the most respectful thing because I love people and I love talking to people. And you know when someone's got a dog and they're like, and this dog's like looking at you and they go, hey, he's all right. You're like, he ain't all right. But like, he's like, with Pep, I'm like, because I think he's a genius, Pep.
Yeah.
So when you're around people who are genius, whether it's in any walk of life, I look at them and I feel like I can see the genius. I don't know, maybe it's mud thing, but
You got the vision.
I've definitely looked at him and gone, you're a genius, and it just makes you want to step back a little bit and just, do you know what I mean? Anything could happen. I like that unpredictable genius about him. We're going to miss him. We are going to miss him.
Yeah. Do you know what? Listen, I think, did you see Vince Company returned to their celebrations, obviously, the other day? He lifted up the trophy in front of the fans. It looked so good. And it made me wonder, Vince Company, the next Man City boss, after the next one coming in, yeah. Does that sit right? It seems all right, doesn't it?
Yeah.
It's
So it goes at
listen,
times.
I know we said we can't speculate. Now you're speculating about the next manager after the next manager. So I think you've over-speculated now. Just rein yourself in. You're in Cyprus. Go and have a kebab or something. Relax. Enzo's not even in the door. You've already sacked him.
Holy, do you know what? I think, Mr. Trick, I think Pep would have wanted you in his backroom staff. Definitely.
Really?
Go and learn a few things. And then you would have been the next Pep. You would have been the next Pep, man. Definitely. Because you've got that mad scientist look about you too.
Oh, stop it. Right.
We've got a bit of praise for Villa.
We need to be a bit of praise for Villa because Champions League football again. Are they an example of how football should be run? What have they done right, Bridgey?
No, they're not.
All right, Coley. Okay.
Go on then. Go away. Go on then.
Far away.
They're very, very, very unprofessional in their approach against Spurs.
Okay, you're always going to say, then it, but like, do you know when they've got these games coming up? So we know why they've done it. But they were going so well at one point. Then they had a little blip, didn't they? I couldn't see him turning it around, to be honest. So they've done well to turn it around.
Why don't he turn up at the Villa's parade as well? He's doing the parade. Go to Palace as well, Goose.
Actually, do you know what? Palace will definitely have some jerk chicken there.
Yeah, 100%.
I'm going for 100%. South London.
I reckon Palace will be the best one out of a lot of them.
Yeah, definitely.
Big up.
Definitely.
Right. This has worked quite well. Where you've been in Cyprus?
Yeah.
I thought this
Let's
might
do
work.
it more often. Do it more often, eh?
3 holidays for Carlton.
I haven't been going on holidays, but I couldn't miss this one. You know what I mean? So I'm sorry to the audience.
No. You deserve it, mate. Believe me, you deserve it. The hardest working man in the game.
Thank you.
That's
Thank you.
right.
I'll take that.
Right.
Thank you.
Carlton's off to go and find the train track in Cyprus. So thank you for watching and listening. Please rate, review, and subscribe. We're back on Tuesday with a review of the Champions League, and we'll also be giving out the dressing room end of season awards. Big up, people.
Thank you very much. See you later.
See you later.